Hi. Good morning, YouTube. Nice to see you. Hope you're all right. Hope your weather's keeping okay for you. We're going to threaten more thunderstorms down here in the middle. And it's very hot. I know what it's like by you. It's very hot. I've already seen a post from our friend Roger this morning saying he was very, very hot as well. But welcome. Welcome today to the sixth live stream. And today, we're still hanging on to that G7 chord. And we're going to use it today in a 3-chord trick, but we're going to use the C, the F, and the G7 chord. There's another few little chords thrown in just for good measure, but mainly the C, the F, and the G7 chords to go with 4 songs today. They are flat-out songs, all about singing today. We're going to have a bit of a jam today, because we've gone over the chords. We've gone over the G7. We know what the C is. We know what the F is. And now we're going to have a little sort of a play along. So hopefully you've seen already the flyers for it. You might know what the pieces are. If you don't worry about it. As always, this will be recorded. You can go back to it and you can pause. Today we're going to go through The Lion Sleeps Tonight. I don't mind it. It's all right. It's fine. We're going to go through it. Then we're going to have a look at an original song called Head Home. More about that when we get to it. That's an original song that I wrote for the website. And then we're going to do some rock and roll stuff. The Shake, Rattle and Roll, and also See You Later, Alligator. So you see how we had that rock and roll lions in the title today. We like a bit of a play, a bit of a pun, for a word was. Looking forward to this from the side of a... Good, Roger. I'm glad Roger's all right. Well, just don't be looking forward too much to it, Roger. Get down the mountain safely. Good lad. Okie dokie. So let's move straight on. Have you got ukuleles? I know Roger hasn't. He's on the side of a mountain, but that's all right. Let's just check they're in tune. See, they sound a little bit similar to mine. See, where I sit at Perrick's Towers is I sit and I can look out the window of the music room here. And I often see the parcel delivery people coming up and I'm thinking the doorbell's going to go any minute again. Never mind. Let's get on with it. Lion Sleeps Tonight is on the website. Now, I've downloaded myself a copy of the words and also the chord shapes at the top of the page. But we're not going to do the entire song. It's a bit of a long song. It does go on a little bit. We're going to have a little look at only the first, what is it? It's like the chorus, the verse, and a wee bit, which is good fun when you teach it because you can be daft as you like. I do like that bit. So let's start off. The chords we need, a chord of C, a chord of F, and a chord of G7. So let's go through them quickly. A chord of C, your 1, 2, 3 fingers on the A string. 1, 2, 3 makes a chord of C. Boom. So here's my chord of C. How's yours? Okay, good. Chord of F. We're going to need a chord of F. And a chord of F is our first finger on string number 2 and the second finger on string number 4. Mine sounds like this. How's yours? Okay. Should be okay, I would imagine. And then thirdly, of course, our G7 chord. Yes, we had quite a lot of fun last week going through that G7 chord. First finger on string number 2, second finger on string number 3, and third finger on string number 1 in the second space or the second fret. Mine sounds like this. How's yours? We didn't mention it last week, but I always think G7's a bit of a triangle sort of chord. It's got that triangular pattern to your fingers. If you dotted them all and joined them all up, it makes a bit of a triangle shape in my head. Upside down triangle, maybe. I don't know. Now, last week, when we talked about moving to G7, we came up with 2 little methods. And let's just go over those again. Because in the chord sequence for The Lion Sleeps Tonight, we have our chord of C, then a chord of F, back to a chord of C, and then our chord of G7. Now, we discovered that when we change from C to a G7, there's a little bit of a slidey thing we can do with our third finger. There's the C chord. You take your finger 1, 2 off, slide it back into the second space, and then fingers 1 and 2 go down to complete the G7 chord. All right, chord of C, slide it back, 1, 2 down, G7 chord. Okay, so see if that's any helpful for you. Rather than going there, pick all the fingers up, all the fingers back down. We're going to try and make it a little bit easier. All right, so let's get on to this daft song. At the start, with the a whim away, a whim away, a whim away, a whim away, a whim away. There's lots of strumming patterns we could do with it, but we're going to keep it quite simple today. So we're going to do single strums at the start to go a whim away, a whim away, a whim away, a whim, just as it says on the lyric sheet that I'm looking at so I don't get the words wrong. Fat chance. Okay, let's try it. Ready? Single chords. 1, 2, 3, a strum, a whim away, a whim away, a whim away, back to C, a whim away, G7 slide, a whim away, and we do that again. Okay, let's try that again. Chord of C, a 1, 2, 3, a go, a whim away, 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 back to G7, a whim away, a whim away. You see, I was going to wax lyrical there about how it's only the same pattern all the way through, and I got it wrong. C, F, C, G7, C, F, C, G7. You know, we're big fans of practicing without playing over here. C, F, C, G7, C, F, C, G7. Let's see if I can remember that. Right, let's get through this song. We're going to do single strums at the start, and when we get into the in the jungle, the mighty jungle, we're going to go into our straight downward strums, our light dusting with our thumb just down through the strings, nice as you like. Like I said before, we can do all fancy strumming patterns on these to do the whim away, a whim away, a whim away, a whim away. We can do that chucky thing. But for the minute, we're going to keep it nice and simple. Chord of C. Let's have a go. From the beginning. And this time, let's see if I can get the chords right. 1, 2, 3, a strong. A whim away, 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 a whim away. One more time. Away, a whim 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 away, a whim. Ready for the strum? Here we go. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Here we go, really let go. Ah, a whim away. Big breath. Ah, and that's really as simple as it is. Now, there is another verse on the website, the one about the village, I think it is. Is it about the village? Near the village, the peaceful village. That's right. I'm having a little sneaky look over here. But for the moment, that's what we're going to do. Sometimes it's good fun to flick into the falsetto for the wee. Ah, wee. Ah, whim away. But it's all a bit early for that, really. But never mind. Erica, you've missed the start because of a phone call. Shame on you. Seriously, phone calls, dear me, far more important than phone call. Today, Erica, you'll be glad to know we are going through our chords of C, F, and G7. You know that chord you're very fond of. Yes, that G7. Get some extra practice at it. Well, I'm afraid we're moving on. We're going to go past song number 1. We've done The Lion Sleeps Tonight, after a fashion, and now we're going to move on to an original song. Now, a while ago, when the website first came into existence, basically because a lot of the teaching material that I wanted, I couldn't find, so I started writing it, and then I started listing it, and it was on memory sticks and CD-ROMs, and it was much easier to learn how to write websites, so I learned how to write websites. And this song is one of those songs that came from there. I wanted a longer song to show children about song structure, about verses, choruses, and middle eights. Middle eights is like a development section of a song where often there's a key change and sometimes there's a solo that follows a middle eight. So we came up, or rather I came up, with this song called Head Home, which is a bit naughty because it's all about being at school and not really wanting to be at school. But as always, it proved fairly popular. Again, we have our chords of C, F, and G7, but there's slightly different sequence to them. In the verse, we just have our chord of C and F, and it's a straightforward strum in the verse. Okay. Now, on the website, he says, having a quick look, there is, I'm pretty sure, there's a full transcription of music dotty things. If you can read music and you want to know how the lyric and the tune goes, because it is an original song, I'm aware of that, you can have a look at that. If not, there is also recording on the website of one of my schools that's back in the days when we were going into schools, one of my schools singing it. It's a lovely recording, really, really energetic and full of energy. As my friend Mr. W would say, yes, full of energy, really good. But today, we're going to have a quick look. The verse is a straightforward strum between C and F, Head Home. And it goes like this. Sun shining in the sky, I'm happy, don't know why, so sing along, just sing along. And it's as simple as that. Now that's a half verse there. If you've got the lyrics like mine, which I've just noticed mine are a bit chopped off at the bottom, I'll have to have a look at that. So I'll do that later. But the lyrics are all down there. In the chorus, the strumming pattern changes a little bit because I wanted to give a little bit more chance and a bit of space to get to that dodgy old G7. And it follows an F chord. So in the chorus, we have our two chords of F, soon be, and there's like a percussive little hit on the ukulele. Now, I'm not a big fan of smacking bits out of your ukulele and, using it to be a drum and all that sort of stuff. And some people do it extremely well. I like it. I'm not a big fan. When we talk about doing it, we always say try and hit it on this bit, which you kind of got the heel of the neck to reinforce it. And it's not really a massive percussive slap. It's just a little bit of a change of tone. So the chorus goes, soon be G7, time to C, head home. Now, again, this is one of those changes to G7 from F, and we've got another technique for this. We covered this last week, if you remember. Here's your F, and it's the sticky fingers technique. We don't need to take all the fingers off, put them all back down to make G7. If you've got a chord of F, keep your first finger, sticky fingers where it is, drop your second finger down to the third string and put your third finger onto the first string in the second space. And there's that G7. And then to a chord of C to finish the chorus off. So let's go over that chorus a little bit. Chord of F 2 times, sticky finger to get to G7 2 times, and our chord of C to finish the chorus off. So let's have a go. 1, 2, 3, a strum, soon be G7, time to head home. And we do that twice when it gets to it. Okay, do that twice. Now the middle 8 section, when I wrote it, it does change key. And we do have tried to be a little bit clever in the writing of it because it changes. It doesn't quite change key, but we have a different chord there. We have a chord of A minor. Now, A minor, in this example, we're going to play it with a second finger because, again, this was a good, nice teaching point for me. Chord of F, get rid of your first finger, and you have this wonderful open string sounding A minor. Just have your second finger on string number 4 in the second space, how you make A minor. All right. And again, it's a straight strum. And we're going to actually play leading back to that F. So the chords go A minor. Time is going oh so slow. F. Learning all I need to know. Back to A minor. Waiting for the day to go. G7, and this time you do have to drop everything down and get to it. Then I'm out of here. I have no idea why we wrote a song with such a high-pitched note in it as well, but deep breath at the end of the middle 8. So let's go through those chords. A minor, drop into F, get rid of your first finger back to A minor, change to G7, and I'm afraid it is a whole finger change to G7 there. Okay, and from the middle 8, we go launching straight into verse 3, which is actually a repeat of verse 1. Okay, I think we're ready. Top to bottom, this is Head Home. Chord of C and F in the verses, and then in the chorus, that strumming pattern. Middle 8 with the A minor, F, A minor, change to G7. Okay, here we go. Let's go for it in a minute. 2 seconds. We're on the posh stuff today. We ran out of nice water in Perrick's Towers. Squash today. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Chord of C. Let's have a strummy introduction. 1, 2, 3, a strum. All right, here we go. And the sun is starting to shine. How nice. 1, 2, off we go. Sun shining in the sky. I'm happy, don't know why, so sing along. Just sing along. Say it again. My day is looking good. I know it really should, so sing along. Just sing along. Chorus, chord F, soon be time to head home. Soon be time to head home. Verse 2. I've tried so hard today, said all that I can say, so sing along. Just sing along. I've worked my best today, no need for me to stay, so sing along. Just sing along. Soon be time to head home. Soon be time to head home. Here's this middle 8, A minor. Time is going oh so slow, learning all I need to know, waiting for the day to go, then I'm out of here. Sun shining in the sky, I'm happy, don't know why, so sing along. Just sing along. My day is looking good, I know it really should, so sing along. Just sing along. Soon be time to head home. Soon be time to head home. And again. Soon be time to head home. Soon be time to head home. So there we go. And in the middle of all that, the bin men arrived as well. So that was good. Gives us something to look out the window at. All right. So how are you doing? You all right? We've gone quiet. Eric has gone quiet. Roger, you've gone quiet. It's a tough old song, Head Home, first thing in the morning, I've decided. And tough old song or not, we've done the Lions bit. Deep breath. Here's the rock and roll bit. because we're going to do some rock and roll songs now. And rock and roll is brilliant because rock and roll lives on these 3 chords: chord 1, chord 4, and chord 5. And chord 1 basically means in whatever key you're playing in. If we're playing in the chord of C, or if C becomes our first chord, then we have C, 1, 2, 3, 4, F, and also G, or for us, G7. Doesn't matter. You can do it in G. You got to play in G, A, B, C, and then G, A, B, C, D, 1, 4, 5. It's great. You can play in any key you want. You can be very ambitious and do it in E. Guitarist will love you forever. E, A, and B. But these are a little bit trickier way of doing this. This is the simplest way to do it, really. A 3-chord trick: C, F, and G7. Oh, poor old Erica. Erica, we have a saying in ukulele land when I'm teaching, doing stuff: don't beat yourself up. Okay, give it a chance. Give it a chance. Okay, so we got to start off with probably one of my favorite rock and roll songs. This is Shake, Rattle, and Roll. And we're really going to try and get it to really move along. And again, we have this standard sort of 12-bar blues sort of pattern to the C and the F chord. Starts with the chord of C. We have that for 4 bars. Changes to the F. Back to the C. Pretty standard stuff. G7, F, and back to C. Now, sometimes in rock and roll, there is an additional G7 at the end. But again, we're trying to get things to be a little bit easier, a little bit more accessible. So we're not doing that extra G7 at the end. We know. I was picked up. Somebody had a go at me once about missing that chord out. Yes. Okay. So if you don't know Shake, Rattle, and Roll, it's a wonderful song. It's great. I love teaching it because you can do all sorts of daft things when you get to it. Shake, Rattle, and Roll kind of does this. This is where the jam bit comes in, really, I think. Get out of that kitchen and rattle those pots and pans. Like a blues song, it repeats. Get out of that kitchen and rattle those pots and pans. Well, roll my breakfast, 'cause I'm a hungry man. Do you remember it? I said to shake, rattle, and roll. Roll, shake, rattle, and roll. Roll, shake, rattle, and roll. Roll, shake, rattle, and roll. Roll. Well, you ever do nothing to save your doggone soul. And that's all it is, really. That's all it goes like. I always show when I'm teaching this, I have great pleasure in showing the mud version of this. I've got a fantastic video. I think it's still on the website. Go and have a look. Where they're all dressed in pink. And the drummer was very famous for having a little bit of tendency, I think, to wear a few ladies' items of clothing once upon a time. I seem to remember. I think he's got some big dangly earrings, and he might even have a pink dress on. I forget what it is now. And the drummer actually sings this song, as I seem to remember. So, come on. Talking too much. Let's get on with this. And we're going to really try and belt it up a little bit and really moving on a little bit. Roger doesn't need to be singing too slowly to this. Come on. Need to get it going. Ready. So, a 1. Beginning. A 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're really strumming on now. Here we go. 1, 2, off we go. Get out from that kitchen and rattle those pots and pans. Get out of that kitchen and rattle those pots and pans. G7. Well, roll my breakfast, 'cause I'm a hungry man. Chorus, let's go. I said to shake, a rattle and roll. Roll, shake, a rattle and roll. Roll, shake, a rattle and roll. Roll, shake, a rattle and roll. Roll. Well, you never do nothing with your doggone soul. Words, words. I'm like a one-eyed cat peeping in the seafood store. Meow. Like a one-eyed cat peeping in the seafood store. Meow. Let me look at you till you don't love me no more. Morning, Ted. Join in. I like to rock. Well, we're a chorus. I said to shake, a rattle and roll. Roll, shake, a rattle and roll. Roll, shake, a rattle and roll. Roll, shake, a rattle and roll. Oh, well, you never do nothing to say your gone soul. And you can finish on that good old C7. I was nearly put off then. I was so busy saying hello to Ted and good morning to Ted. I messed up going back into the chorus. I'm having too much good fun here and not helping you out enough. Sorry about that. But it is reminding me to send you to go and see a friend of mine, to go and see Mr. Budd, Mr. Daniel Budd, who does this sort of thing far better than I do. He does ukulele jams nearly every day, live streaming at, it's ukulelejam.co.uk or funkypunkmusic.co.uk. Daniel Budd. And tell him UkuleleRocks sent you. And go along there, and he has some fantastic resources for songbooks. You can go and join in and play along. I've got to admit, I often join in myself. It's nice to see a friendly face, and it's nice just to play along with the music as well. So do check him out. It's very good. Also, self-promotion time on the website ukelelerocks.co.uk. Episode 2, it's episode 1 to be honest, but it's the second one because it was a pilot. Episode 1 of the podcast is now published. I published it yesterday. It was live on there. Go and take a listen to that because Mr. Budd, Daniel Budd, is actually our interviewee. He's on that. He features on there. And there is a record of the week. And we've got a recording of Fanfare from the website, which we did a couple of live streams ago, a few live streams ago, when we looked at the open strings. Chord of the week is on there. Awesome. Oh, I shouldn't tell you what it is. You should go and check it out, shouldn't I? I'll tell you what, I won't play it. It looks like that. Okay. So if you don't know what that chord is, go and check it out on the website. I suppose you can also play it there. That was a very dodgy way of doing it. Yeah. Not very nice. Better down there. Go and check it out on the podcast. What else is the piece of the week, where I take you through one of the pieces on the website? It's the Cowboy Stroll. Already done the Cowboy Stroll on one of the earlier websites. And what? Oh, Show and Tell. Show and Tell is on there, featuring one of the instruments that's kind of up here above my head on the shelf. It's only one or two instruments. Thank you, Roger. Roger, listen to the podcast. That's good. I'm glad somebody is. Right, so moving on to a final piece, because I'm conscious that time is getting on. And I keep kicking the stand that the camera's on. Sorry about that. This morning, we're going to finish off with brilliant rock and roll song, See Ya Later, Alligator. Now, this goes, I think the version on the website's got 3 or 4 verses. We're only going to do, how many should we do? Well, I've got the sheet here. You can download your sheet as well if you want it. We shall do 2 verses. We'll do verse 1 and verse 2 with the choruses, okay? Now, this is all about strumming patterns. Now, I keep saying strumming patterns. I'm not quite sure that's the correct term for them, but for this instance, it's going to be. And by that, I mean, instead of us strumming consistently and constantly all the way through it, there's going to be a few breaks in the strumming pattern. Sometimes strumming patterns refer to the direction of your hand as you're strumming. And you notice I've snuck a few in today. Instead of copying your down, 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 down pattern, there's been a few down, up, especially in Head Home. Sun shining in the sky. Down, up, down, up, down. Now, strumming patterns is a live stream in itself. And we will get on to that. I've already been asked by a few people, and very nicely, and I like it when people ask, gives me ideas about strumming patterns. So we will do a live stream on strumming patterns at a future date. Maybe next week. Maybe next. I also want to do some live streaming on reading tab notation. Instead of just smacking all the way through the 4 strings, something to play melodic playing and tune playing, things like that. So all those coming up in future. See you later, alligator. In the verses, you might remember it goes, well, I saw my baby walking, and we're not going to play over that bit. We're going to kind of do the bit like the sax plays in the break. Well, I saw my baby walking, chunk, 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 chunk. And again, there's a few different ways to time it. We're going to do 4 strums. Well, I saw my baby walking. Chord of C. With another man today. And we're going to be a little bit clever. We're going to resolve. Yeah, okay, we'll say resolve. We're going to change to a C7 after the fourth of those sets. 1, 2, 3, C7. And then the second line, we're back into our 12-bar blues kind of pattern. Well, I saw my baby walking, chord of F. With another one today, chord of C. Slide back to get to our G7 well ahead of time. When I asked her what's the matter, chord of C. This is what I heard her say. And it kind of changes the pattern in this one, which is why it's another good rock and roll song to do, because we don't have that G7 to F in the last line that we normally would in the 12-bar blues. When we get to the chorus, we're going to do our straightforward strum. And sometimes at the start, because we've got a bit of a time, we like doing our see you later, alligator, a little bit of wave. After a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator. And so on and so on. So, let's see if we're ready to go through. I'm still recovering from that high note in Head Home, I think. It's been a morning for exercise. Roger's on the side of a mountain. I've been out for a run this morning. It was very good, but it's very warm. I noticed Roger was suffering with the heat. I hope he got lots to drink, Roger, like me. Okie dokie. Let's go from the beginning. We're going to do, well, I saw my baby walking when I asked her what's the matter. And then we're going to do the chorus. And then when I thought of what she told me, nearly made me lose my head. But the next time that I saw her, reminded her of what she said. Okay, here we go. Strummed. We don't do a strum time, do we? I always teach you, when you're teaching it, look on the website. You've got to teach children the Bill Haley introduction to it, the standard introduction, where it's got that, see you later, alligator. Well, I saw my baby. That bit, really good. So, why not? Join me. See you later, alligator. Ready? 1, 2, 3. See you later, alligator. Well, I saw my baby walking with another man today. C7. Yeah, I saw my baby walking with another man today. When I asked her what's the matter, this is what I heard her say. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Can't you see you're in my way now? I forgot to tell you about the cut. There's a cut where we stop. Don't you know you cramped my style? When I thought of what she told me, nearly made me lose my head. C7 at the end. Well, I thought of what she told me, nearly made me lose my head. But the next time that I saw her, reminded her of what she said. Here we go, chorus. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Can't you see you're in my way now? Don't you know you cramped my style? One more chorus, come on. See you later, alligator. Speed it up. After a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Can't you see you're in my way now? Don't you know you cramped my style? C7 at the end. See, I always thought that would make a good live stream as well. I think we're going to do that, about how to take your basic 12-bar blues and little by little, just to advance it a little bit more. So instead of using our standard chords, maybe we use all 7th chords. Or instead of just staying static on our one chord, we do those sort of shuffles. I saw Dan doing this, Mr. Budd, Daniel Budd at Funky Punk Music, and I like that he does a shuffle. And he uses his G to go over there. I've I've got to admit, normally I refigure it up there, so I've got that. And all those little leading notes in between, you know, all that. It's not as tricky as you might think. It really isn't. And again, with blues music, as always great to take it slow. Still sounds great. So there we go. A little bit more practice, a 3-chord trick this morning. A little more practice with that dreaded G7. Hopefully Erica's getting a bit better with it. I'm sure she is. Hopefully Roger's got down the mountain. It's like one of those drama series. Has Roger got down the mountain? Does Erica do her G7? I think it's great. Love it. Love it a lot. Anyhow, moving on to finish up with today, we had a little look through. We had our whim away, a whim away, a whim away, a whim away. The Lion Sleeps Tonight with the same pattern of chords that I still managed to mess up. C, F, C, G7. We talked about that transition from C to G7, the sliding it back. And then we moved on and we got into an original song called Head Home, which was talking about middle eights when we changed key slightly into the A minor in the middle eight. We had a different way to get to the G7 in Head Home, including a little bit of strumming patterns when we were going through it. And then we got into the rock and roll part of it. We did a little bit of shake, rattle and roll. Get out of that kitchen. I like that song. I really do like it. I like teaching it as well. It's a good song, good fun. And we also looked at See You Later, Alligator, with those big missing out of the chunks of strumming. When I saw my baby walking with another man today, just makes it a little bit more interesting. So, a very warm day here at Perex Towers, and it was lovely to have a bit of fun with people checking in. And as always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that today, and we'll see you very soon. Ta-ra!